Also creating their own schools and giving us.
His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, presided over the administration's second National Executive Retreat. The session kicked off on Monday 19th and has culminated on this 21st day of February, the year 2024. The retreat is positioned on a unique governance tool within the overarching accountability framework that the administration has established to continually take stock of the progress being made to honor the social contract with the people of Kenya, as well as the implementation of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. As such, this year's retreat featured members of the cabinet, principal secretaries, members of the President's Economic Council, as well as other senior ranks of the executive. This year's convocation heralded new traditions and precedents that deepen good governance practices in public affairs. One important aspect of this was the participation for the first time of the Council of Governors in this forum, which is testimony of the administration's respect for the crucial role played by devolution in delivering a better Kenya for all. Taking into consideration the facilitative role played by the legislature, we also had a session with those that oversight the national government, the parliamentary group. This new practice demonstrates the administration's commitment to supporting parliamentary oversight, deepening political accountability, and creating a synergy in government that better delivers the Kenyan dream. In matters financial inclusion, Kenya shillings 42 billion under the Hustler Fund was successfully disbursed. The national savings through the new NSSF contribution model has increased contributions from 1.5 billion shillings monthly to 6.5 billion again monthly. In matters continental global leadership, continental and global leadership on climate change, and His Excellency the President the prestigious honor of being listed in Time Magazine 100 World Leaders Climate Action List. Nairobi crowned as the world's best city to visit in 2024 by the United States-based travel agency Lonely Planet. This accolade places Nairobi ahead of well-known cities like Paris, Montreal, Muscat in Bosnia, Jakarta, Indonesia, Prague in the Czech Republic, as well as Kansas City in the United States. Kenya was voted the best adventure tourism destination in Africa and 10th globally. The members of the National Executive, individually and collectively, recognize their historic opportunity to fundamentally change Kenya for the better, noting that indeed, as stated by His Excellency the President during his inaugural State of the Nation address, Kenya is no longer on your marks, but is indeed prepared and ready to go.
I'm honored to have this opportunity to join you and participate in this inaugural session of the Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific States European Union Joint Parliamentary Assembly, a flagship organ of the Samoa Agreement, which represents a new dawn in our strategic partnership, parliamentary democracy, and multilateralism. I thank my dear brother, Your Excellency President João Lorenzo, and the people and government of Angola for hosting this important event. Thank you also to Ana Rita Sitole and Carlos Sorinho for your invitation to address this assembly. I also take this opportunity to express great appreciation for the work done by the organization's team under Secretary General Georges Chikoti in steering the efforts to lay a new foundation for a broader and stronger partnership. I strongly believe in institutional reforms aimed at maximizing the power of multilateralism and collective action and distributing its benefit to all, especially the vulnerable, underrepresented, and historically excluded. For this reason, I have made a strong case for the reform of the UN Security Council to make it much more responsive, and representative of the membership of the global community. I have also championed the urgent reform of multilateral development financial institutions to give all nations a chance of achieving prosperity. The Samoa Agreement, which represents 2 billion people from 106 countries with diverse economic, social, and political profiles, is the culmination of our consistent reform endeavor and is focused on designing the best possible arrangement to deliver security, freedom, democracy, and prosperity for all our people. From past and current engagements among the member states and with the EU, it is evident that strategic partnerships have the potential to accelerate progress. There is no doubt that the economic partnership framework is a highly promising system that demands implementation on a broader scale. Here is, ladies and gentlemen, our opportunity to accomplish radical transformation through solidarity in economic growth and development, peace and security, freedom and democracy, and of course, climate action. The global crisis of climate change and the increasing geopolitical conflicts have inflicted immense socioeconomic turbulence and economic uncertainty all over the world. Without a doubt, the stakes have never been higher, and without concerted multilateral action, the risk of failure has never been more stark. Under the Samoa Agreement, the people of OSCP and the EU have a most appropriate vehicle to overcome these obstacles and deliver us to the destination of our collective aspiration. As long as we commit ourselves to the primary aspiration set out in the theme of this inaugural session of the Joint Parliamentary Assembly, and as long as this assembly lives up to its mandate and exercises robust oversight, the future shall certainly be brighter than the present. Your work here should therefore express our shared commitment to dialogue as a means of resolving conflict and deep concern with unilateralism, especially in the arbitrary application of measures such as sanctions, blacklisting of member states under diverse financial mechanisms, and extraterritorial legislation that is harmful to collective interest. The role of political commitment is that in advancing our collective interests cannot be overstated. The limited capacity of this joint parliamentary assembly, owing to its lack of actual legislative power, is a significant drawback to the realization of the Samoa dispensation, especially in supporting national parliaments to promote democracy and human rights and to oversee domestic implementation of the agreement. It is imperative that this assembly devise innovative means of transcending this structural challenge. I have confidence in each member serving in this august assembly and in the collective power of this distinguished organ to escalate the profile, feasibility, and global role of this organization. This calls on us to develop and promote dynamic intra- and inter-regional frameworks of cooperation to mobilize the global community around our common existential challenges. Kenya remains committed to a rules-based international order, effective multilateralism, and a dialogue to resolve conflicts and collective action as a means of promoting peace and security, enhancing sustainable development, and delivering prosperity. We shall take a firm stand and make our strong contribution to the success of this organization's partnership as our collective vehicle to prosperity, to freedom, democracy, and security. I wish you a productive debate, fruitful deliberation, and insightful engagements as you steer us into the new dawn of relations between our two organizations. I thank you. I have been a member of parliament, I have been a minister, I have been a deputy president, And I know, and I can confirm to you, that government, well run, can do miracles. Yes. Government, well run, can do miracles. We have that opportunity to take our country to the next level. I am confident in the ability of the team we have here assembled, of cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries, to be able to get our government working in such a manner that we transform our country in our lifetime. And therefore, I want you to know that the real challenge Kenya has is the people to make decisions, the people to provide leadership. Each and every one of us must arm themselves to make the decisions that are on your table. It is by making those decisions that we will get the government of Kenya moving, and we will get Kenya progressing, and we will ensure the transformation of Kenya under our bottom-up transformation agenda. So, we have agreed. We have had wonderful presentations by different ministries. We've had wonderful presentations by different state departments. And as much as we have done well, we can do a lot more. There is a lot of room for us to do better than we have done. There was a time people were still trying to find, their way around government. I think that time is now behind us. Everybody knows what they must do. Kenya is a great country. Where we are today and where we should have been is a function of leadership. There are countries that were peers to Kenya a few years ago. Today, they are very well ahead of us. Examples are all over. And that is why I said when we opened this retreat that we have a historic moment, friends and colleagues. We have a historic moment to take Kenya to where Kenya should be. We are the leaders who will finally unlock the tremendous potential that our country portends. We have a great people, very hardworking population. We have innovative, young population. We have a responsibility to make sure that we provide the leadership that will take Kenya to the next level. The challenge Kenya has always had, and we must make a difference this time round, is the challenge of leadership. Leadership. All of us must step forward. Myself as the team leader of this team, my deputy here, every cabinet secretary, every principal secretary must step forward and understand that we are the leaders of Kenya. And if Kenya is to go places, it is us to lead the way. That responsibility is a responsibility bestowed on us by the people of Kenya, and it is God who has given us the chance to lead this nation. I want to implore on each and every one of you to go out of your way. Let's make it business unusual and make a mark, make a difference in the ministry you are in, the State Department you are in. Make a difference.